Well, good Monday morning to you. Welcome back to Morning Musings. My name is Don K. Preston. I'm the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma. And by the way, let me remind you, just a couple of weeks away now, the Preterist Research Institute in our annual conference here in Ardmore, Oklahoma. And this year, of course, I will be having a formal public debate with Joel McDermott of American Vision out of Atlanta, Georgia. This promises to be a great exchange. I want to encourage you. You know, if you don't get to another conference, if you don't get to another event this year, you need to come to this event. Pardon me. We've been having good registrations over the last little bit. But I want to encourage you. You know, now is the time. The time is at hand. And so if you can at all, make your plans to be with us. If you cannot be here in person, don't forget, you can sign up to watch the debate live via live stream video. Go to my website, www.bibleprophecy.com, and it will guide you through how to sign up to be able to watch this debate live. Man, isn't technology wonderful? Anyway, be sure to do that. Be here in person if you can. If you can't, watch it on live stream. I've been sharing with you over the last little bit some thoughts from my brand new book entitled Torah to Telos, The Passing of the Law of Moses. I cannot overemphasize how important the passing of the Law of Moses is to the entire study of eschatology. I was raised believing that God was through with Israel and the old law at the cross. I discovered that that is simply not true. Paul, writing years and years after the cross, said he preached nothing but the hope of Israel found in the law. So if Paul, after the cross, if Paul's one eschatology, if his one hope was nothing but what was found in Moses and the law, then guess what? Moses and the law hadn't passed away at the cross, or else Paul was preaching an invalidated message. It just doesn't make sense. Well, Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5, "Do not think that I have come to destroy, pardon me, the law of the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to fulfill." Now, he uses an interesting word here, pleroma. That's the first word that is translated as fulfill. "For verily I say unto you, until heaven and earth passes away, not one jot or one tittle shall pass from the law until it is all fulfilled." Now, the English translations do not help us at all here. They do not give us insight into the fact that Jesus is using another very distinctive Greek word. This time he uses the Greek word ginomai. Now, notice what he says, until it is all. He doesn't say some, he doesn't say part, he doesn't say most, until it is all ginomai. Ginomai means to fully accomplish. You join all with ginomai, and it means fully accomplished. Now, some folks have tried, and I don't mean to be disparaging, but they've tried to play word games, and they've tried to play tricks with the word fulfill. Well, what Jesus meant was that he just came to show the fuller meaning of the law. Well, of course that's true. And that's pointed out when he says, "You've heard it said, but I say." Okay, so he was showing the true and the full, correct, the meaning of the law, but that is not the meaning of ginomai. Ginomai means to fully accomplish. So Jesus was saying, not one jot, not one tittle, not a single iota of the law of Moses would pass away until it was fully, that is, all the jots, all of the tittles, were fully accomplished. Now let me illustrate what ginomai means. Matthew 24, Jesus said, verse 36, "Verily I say unto you, this generation will by no means pass until all of these things are ginomide, fully accomplished. Not just show you the meaning of them, fully accomplished. 1 Corinthians 15:54. When the mortal has put on immortality, and the corruptible has put on incorruptibility, then will be brought to pass ginomai, the saying, and he quotes Isaiah 25 and Hosea 13. So the resurrection is when Isaiah and Hosea would be fully accomplished. Not just the full meaning, brought out, but what they predicted would be accomplished. Do you see what that does? Do you catch the power of that in Matthew 5:17 and 18? Jesus wasn't saying, I'm going to show you what it means to love your neighbor. I'm going to show you what it means to not lie. I'm going to show you what it means to love the Lord. Now, while all of that is true, it is not fully accomplished. Fully accomplished has to do with prophecy. Things foreshadowed in the law. Things predicted in the law. And thus, Jesus was saying, not one jot, not one tittle, not one single iota of the law of Moses would pass away until everything foreshadowed, until everything predicted in the law of Moses was fully accomplished. That means that you can't say, well, some of the law was done away with, but some remains. Ginomai demands with all, demands the full accomplishment of every jot and every tittle before Torah could pass away. Now look, I developed that extensively in this book. I'm not really aware of another study that goes quite in depth in investigating the significance of ginomai. It's very, very important. And folks, it's irrefutable. Okay? Hey, thanks for joining me. Get a copy of the book. I just got to thank you so much for the great response to this book. Don't forget, you go to my websites, www.eschatology.org or BibleProphecy.com. You order the book. Now, it will charge you shipping, but include a little note that says, I ordered or I saw the offer on YouTube, and I will refund the shipping. All right? Hey, thanks for joining me on this great Monday morning. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the flip side.